together for Bob Bazer.
Give it up for Mona. Keep it going. You're all troopers. Look at you. How we doing, everybody? Good? I was almost late to the show tonight. I had an emergency meeting with my penis. We figured it out. No, that's the worst though. When you don't have time, when you're getting ready for work, and you pull your pants up and you kind of brush it, and you have that moment where you go, okay, fine. And like, it wasn't even good. Like, you didn't have time to get the computer on. So just going to the spank bank. I don't even know if I have an account anymore. I'm trying to imagine porn memories, and like I'm half flaccid, just dry and tugging. Like my mom calls, for some reason I answer the phone. I'm like, I don't want to talk to her when I'm doing this. I can tickle my balls a little bit, try and get her off the phone. What's worse is when you do have the computer on, but you've got the TV on, and like halfway through you realize you're masturbating to Law and Order. Get 'em, McCoy. I just don't feel like an adult, you know. I was at Starbucks the other day in line to get a water, and there's a guy behind me in line. He's talking to his buddy. He's like, I just gotta set all these phone reminders. I got all these meetings. I gotta set all these phone reminders. And I'm like, man, I've only ever set one phone reminder, and it was to DVR Cake Boss, and I missed it. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an astronaut, but that's out the window because they're not doing that anymore. They sent monkeys into space, right? Just don't give me any more responsibility than he had. Or am I gonna mess up? Like, we're gonna be okay. I think it'd be fun for like the first day, looking out the window, like, hey look, the stars, the moon, Sergey, check this out. Just eating space ice cream. After like the first day, they're just bored, moping around the spaceship. And ground control is even worse. They have to watch you watch space. How terrible does that sound? Just calling them up. Hey, ground control? Yeah, go ahead, Johnson. Bored, man. All right. I spy something blue. Is it Earth? Yeah. If I could go back to adolescence, if I could go back to puberty and do one thing different, I would either have done all of my own laundry or not have ejaculated on everything that I own. One of you. You ever, when you're a kid, you see something and it's normal, and then you look back on it later in life and you're like, that's not okay. When I was in high school, we had, when you were late to class, the teacher would fill out a tardy slip, and they would all be collected, and at the end of every period, a student would come by and open the door and collect all the tardy slips to bring to the office. Makes very good sense. And, but what they did, they decided to give the special needs kids this responsibility. Fine. Except, they would open the door to the class, interrupt the class, and go, tardies? And the teacher would go, no tardies. Door would shut. Right? Now, what's funny about that is this kid, Dan, who I knew who worked for the office doing like sign-out slips, comes into the class one day, and he opens the door, and immediately the teacher's like, no tardies. And he's like, oh, no, and she's like, no tardies. So basically what she was saying was, hey, you're retarded. And he was like, oh, no, and she was like, no, you're retarded. I was watching Sesame Street the other day. I don't have kids, nor do I babysit. I was watching it though, and Elmo almost committed a hate crime on Sesame Street. I'm not joking. He was doing the letter of the day, and the letter of the day was N, for foreshadowing. And he's going around, he's in like an Italian restaurant, and he's making people guess. He goes up to the cook, and he's pointing, and the cook's like, noodles, and Elmo's like, noodles, and it's fun. And then he goes to a table, and he's pointing, the waiter's like, napkins. He's like, napkins! Everybody's having a good time. And then he gets to an African-American gentleman in a suit and tie, and he's just going, and the guy's like, I'm sitting there like, Elmo, what are you doing? And the guy finally is like, oh, necktie! And necktie! And I'm like, oh my god, everybody. Happy New Year, 2013. We had a New Year's party at my house this year. Only one really notable thing happened. There was this girl who was so drunk. I've never seen anyone so drunk that they couldn't stand up or sit down. She was just kind of caught in the limbo. Just kind of... And like... there was music playing, but she wasn't dancing to it. And her friends were like embarrassed. They were on the other side of the room, like didn't want to be near her. And now what I haven't told you is the whole time she's holding a ham sandwich. And she's got it like fanned out like playing cards. There's no cheese before it. And she's fanning herself with it. She's hot. And like, we didn't have the ingredients at my house. Let me clarify, to make a ham sandwich. We didn't have bread, and we didn't have ham. So that means this girl made at home a ham sandwich, brought it with her to the party, took it out, and then forgot how to eat. Forgot what a sandwich was for. And so like the party's getting full and her friends are like around her now, and so she's just kind of doing ham sandwich dance. And they're like squishing her. Ham sandwich dance. She's fanning it. And then she's starting to get sick, so they took her out. And now these 6 girls get into this car that seats like 4 people. And the sick friend they have laid across the back seat on her stomach, across them with her head out the window. And she's just vomiting as they drive into the dawn. Next day, I ate the ham sandwich. Not bad. I have a problem with food. I used to eat anything I wanted, and like, my metabolism was fine, but it's catching up to me now. And really all that has led to is some sadness and some late night mirror promises. Just looking going, tomorrow. It's tough, it's hard. I was at the Bucks home opener this year against Carolina, and I get there and one of the Panther fans comes up to me with his crew, and he's like, "Bucks fan?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You're going down. It's going to be Rape Fest 2012. What? Rape Fest? Rape Fest 2012? It's going to be Rape Fest 2012? And like, he's high-fiving. They were all into it. Like, this guy's so redneck that he came to the game on a John Deere with a Pall Mall in one hand and a Milwaukee's Best in the other. And it's in neutral, being pulled by his Mongoloid son, who survived a wet birth in a rusty tub full of Jack Daniels and hooch. He was 4 months premature, but he still weighed 12 pounds. He's complaining when the sweat on the back of his neck is making the cigarette burn sting. Just, he was redneck. It was Rape Fest 2012. Is that like a thing? Is that... Because what it sounds like is like a weekend-long, like, music and rape festival. Which, like, even if raping was like my favorite thing, that sounds exhausting. Like a whole weekend. It just sounds... After the first day. But like, you gotta figure, if it is a thing, half the people there don't know what it is. They just showed up to an event, and they're like, "What is this, a concert?" It's like, "Yeah, cool." You must be in Group A. Those snaps or buttons, I just want for later. You guys want to hear the worst thing that ever happened to me? Worst thing that ever happened to me? I dated this girl for like a year and a half. We didn't like each other, but whatever. And the kind of the problem with this girl, it wasn't so much a problem, but she could only climax through oral stimulation, she says. And, which is like fine, but like, you know, you're putting the work in at the end of the day. Like, there's no like going in and like hammering stuff out and getting out by lunch. Like, no, you'll stay past lunch. It's fine, but like, one time, this is where it gets bad. One time I'm down there, and I don't know if like I hit a spot or what, but like right when she finished, she farted in my mouth area. And what made it worse was, I don't know if the noise scared me or what, but survival instinct kicked in. Like I covered my head to protect the brain, and so now she's crying. I have to console a crying girl who farted in my mouth. Like, it's okay. just gotta man up and console. I just ate a fart. I just did a fart whip it for you. It frustrates me that it doesn't frustrate me, I'm jealous that women can use sex for things or to get out of things, like drinks and tickets. It's not fair, because if I could use sex for anything, I would use sex for everything. I wouldn't need money or a car or anything. I would just use it for everything. Be a charmed life. I like the sex stuff like everybody else. I do. But like sometimes like a girl will be into something that like I'm not really into, but like I'll do it because I'm there. And I don't want to ruin it because I'm there. And like she'll be like, choke me, and I'll be like, alright. It really doesn't do much for me. It's kind of like leaning is not comfortable for a long time. But like it's confusing because I'm like, how am I taking your pulse or am I murdering you? Tell me when to stop. And like spanking is even, because it's uncomfortable, it's like unless you're coming from the top every time. And I was with this girl and she was into the spanking. And so I'm doing it and she keeps going harder and harder. And I'm like, alright, Prince, and harder. And like, and then just, and harder. And I'm like, who's getting spanked here? Like, and like, I stopped because my hand started to hurt. Because my hand hurt. And she turns around, she's like, what? And I'm like, oh man, my hand hurts. She grabs me and goes, then use the other one. I don't like the dirty talk either. Let me clarify, I don't like to do that. I like it when you do the dirty talk. I don't have to do anything. Because it's tough sometimes for me, because like, I don't know what to say. She's like, just say what you're thinking. Just say, I'm like, you don't want stream of consciousness here in this. All right, let's do this. Here we go. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Up, hey, woo. Oh, well, don't do that. Don't do that. Woo, all right, here. Oh, I gotta pretend the condom's messed up. Hang on. I just don't like it. And there's a new line of condoms coming out designed by women, which, yay. And a friend of mine was like, hey, it's not fair. Men manufacture tampons. Some of those things are terrible. We have no idea how that whole thing goes down. And I looked it up. Tampons were invented in the 20s by a boardroom full of men, right? Just the most scared men. Just sitting in the 20s, it's hot, they're all in suits, and they're like, I don't know, I know we gotta make it stop. I know we gotta do something. Can we just maybe like tape it fix like a bucket, maybe? Can't they just blow it like a nose? Guys, I'm Bob Bazer. Thank you very much. Let's get Mona back up here.